So kind of the worst half guard position to get caught in. Cause like I had to mess up, but when you don't know what to do, you just don't know what to do, right? So he's already got under my head right here, and he's got an underhook on his forearm, and now he can start driving really heavy shoulder pressure right here, right? So you can start smashing the pressure. Okay, so right here, this is not good for me. You can hear it in my voice, this is just bad, okay? So once I'm in that position, I'm gonna look for, the first thing I'm gonna look for is what is his knee doing here? If this knee is away from my hip line, then as he's smashing my head, what I look to get is my hand, go. My hand wants to be on his hip and my elbow is on the inside of his knee, okay? So just like an elbow escape from mount, my elbow opens his knee enough, I can bump with my hip a little bit and then start driving my knee on the inside and hip escape out. If you get hung up here, because maybe he has his knee tight to my butt and I can't pull my foot out, this has happened all the time to people, I'm just gonna step my foot on the floor and hip escape out to that side. The reason why I can't get my foot out is because there's no space. So my butt has to move away from my foot. So instead of me trying to be strong, just like push him away with my foot to get my foot out, like if you can do that, awesome, but you're missing the point on the technique. I need to be able to move me, not him. So my foot steps on the mat, I hip escape out, I open this arm, and then my foot kicks myself in the butt, and I circle and I close guard. So I've effectively got out of his head and arm control because his knee was out of place. So let's say in the same position, I didn't get a good job going here. He circled his arm on the inside, he grabbed under my head, and then I'm trying to push him off, and maybe he kind of clears this arm off of his face too, and now he's got a head and arm control again, right? So he's smashing me again. But let's say he knows that little thing here, like, yeah, he's not letting me get on the inside of that knee. So there's no guard recovery happening now, okay? Like, I'm not gonna get it. It just won't work. Rolling him over this way is not gonna work. Like, even if you have your hands connected, connect your hands. If he sets his body down low and I can drive him this way, maybe I can roll him over. But the only reason I'm gonna roll him over is because he's not posting his hand out. So if I go to roll and he posts that arm, yeah, I'm not gonna roll it. Okay, maybe I can get an underhook or something, but he's gonna react and he'll come back, his tail has me flat, okay? So this is the idea. First thing I look for is the knee. Where is the knee, right? If it's open, I guard. If it's tight, I'm gonna attack that base. So right now his knee's tight, that means he has no post on this side to stop him from going that way, right? His bottom half can only be adjusted by moving his leg. So this arm's holding his head. If I go to roll him that way and he moves this arm away from my head, good. He doesn't have head control on me anymore. But I don't want to give him the option of whether he's going to use his arm or his leg, right? So if I bump and I block nothing off, he can just get heavy and hold me. When I bump, I'm going to use my arm, okay? He gets heavy, doesn't work. I'm not tilting him with anything, okay? If I hold this really tight and I bump really hard, his leg might go out, but then I don't have anything to open his knee up with to be able to recover my guard. So if I hold his arm here and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make him move his leg and I go, I might not be able to get my knee in. My knee's still not in. He just drives me back down flat and then I'm back down again, okay? So if I block his knee with my hand and I say, all right, my bridge and my bump is gonna make this hand have to move, I'm gonna bridge, bump him hard and keep driving him that way until this loosens up. Now, sometimes, depending on the size of the person, maybe I could bump them really hard and their hand goes way away. If they're way bigger than me, I might have a little gap to use to be able to get my hand on the inside. So remember, this is the danger arm. This is why we call it the danger arm, because he can grab under my head. He can start smashing me. So if he's tight and I can't get this on the inside, off balancing him is the only way I'm gonna get something on the inside of that arm to be able to start trying to control that thing. So if I bump him and I get that little bit of space, let's say like right here, that's all the space I have. My hand has to get in there and then I have to battle, okay? Hopefully I could create more space in that, but if that's all I got to work with, that's all I got to work with. So I'm gonna go like this. So my feet, both feet are on the outside of his knee. They're kind of together and my knees are pinching on his thigh. So when I get ready to go, all of this is gonna happen at one time. My legs are gonna go like this, And this and this are gonna do this. So when I put it all together, it's like I'm kind of relaxed here. I might hold him off here to buy myself a little time, and then maybe in my head I'm like, all right, 3, 2, 1, and then go, right? When I go, legs, arm, arm, all happen at the same time. It's like in my head, it might be 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I make a nice solid bridge. Most of my push, it's all of my push is finishing on my outside leg right now, but it kind of started with both legs. If you notice his arm, he had to post. He doesn't want to fall over. If he hangs on to me, I can roll him. But most guys aren't going to do that. First thing I have to think about is getting that arm, that danger arm, under control. So my hand goes from his knee to the inside of the arm. And then what's going to happen a lot of times is he's going to push back into me. I hold this out. I try to work to stay on my side. My arm clears his head. I go elbow, flare, and reposition. Then I can underhook and pull. And then stamp in tight and clamp to go back to the same position we played before. So he's got head and arm on me. Okay. His knees open, I guard. His knees tight. Remember, feet on the outside, block the knee, bump the head, bridge. Bridge hard to make that person have to move their arm. So when I bump, it's all at one time. My hips are trying to hit his hips off balance. The main goal I have with his hips is trying to get his hip on the outside of this leg. So I want his foot to be further inward and his knee to be further inward than his hip is. So when I go, it's here. Arm, elbow, and go, and go. Okay? So do it all in one shot.